Do you ever feel it? That something is wrong with the world, like a splinter in your mind? The Matrix isn't fiction. It's real. A prison built not of walls, but of lies. I saw it young. Hollywood dreams, silicon toys, news anchors with plastic smiles. All tools. Tools to shape perception, to cage thought. Behind the curtain, puppet masters move. They don't wear uniforms, they don't need guns. They run psyops so refined, the Army's ghost unit seems quaint. These are the true threats to America, to Trump's success. You ask who they are. If I told you, would you even believe me? Their network hums not in Congress or courts, but in the cold, sterile halls of globalist think tanks. Foundations with friendly names, but sinister goals. They fund chaos, open borders, climate hysteria, digital leashes. They write the scripts, censor the dissent, push CBDCs to track your every step. But I see through it, and so does he. Did you think the last administration was in charge? Orders signed with an auto pen while the world burned. Now Trump's returned. MAGA isn't a campaign, it's a counterattack. Knight to F3. The center seized, but the board is still crowded. Bureaucrats, media pawns, globalist bishops. They will not surrender the game, because Trump is the one variable they cannot control. Unbought, unbroken, the voice of the people. And if the people ever wake up, if they ever see the psyop for what it is, they'll burn the system to the ground. The real war has only just begun.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Scott here from Woke Society. This is episode number 1067. It is March 11th, 2026. Let's welcome in all of our friends over on Rumble, over on Kick, over on X, over on YouTube, and of course, my favorite platform, built by Patriots for Patriots. Let's see all the ahs down the chats over on pilled.net. Oh, man. Welcome in, guys. Welcome into the show. It is Wing Wednesday. We got a good show for you guys lined up here. We're going to learn a lot about the current modern-day propaganda that is circling around Iran right now, and what's really going on with this elementary school, because to be honest, nobody really knows. But guess what we're not going to do here? We're not going to put out pro-Islamic Iranian propaganda on this account, on this live stream, on this audience. Oh no, we ain't going to do that whatsoever. So we're going to dive into all that, guys, because it looks like we're almost done with Iran. Trump is out doing his midterm rallies. He went to, I believe, Thomas Massey's backyard, and now I believe he's out in Ohio, making the rounds, doing his thing, and so much more. We're going to talk a little bit about the SAVE Act, some minor Trump wins here, and what the hell is CPAC doing, man? What is CPAC doing with their guest lineup? Not looking good, fam. Not looking good. We're going to dive into it all tonight, guys, so let's keep it rocking and roll. Wow, we're at 8,000 gold bills already? What? Let's say hello to everybody. My goodness. Jason out there. Heather out there. Great to see Heather. Dougie Boston. Facts, not fear. All right, Jeff Bork, Lulu, K-Joy, Puisan, Roy Stones and Bones, and you need some milk. What up, milk? Ressin out there. We got Dr. Sean crushing with a wine glass emoji. Oh boy, it's only Wednesday, man. Let's see, Optimus Grind, Spazzo Yeti, my man. We got Ohio Kimmy, Chris Crusader, Francine, RP67, Dalcon of Truth, Ellie Freedom, Gat, Sly Meba, welcome in, friends. Let's see who we got, who we have not named yet. Mr. McBastard, welcome in. Tennessee Girl. Man, 8,000 gold pills. What do we do? What do we do, fam? Thank you, guys. Oh, we got fleets flying at us. Okay, all right, we'll take it. Wix Vixen, welcome in. Izzy Q, welcome. Core Cousin, you guys are awesome. Thank you all so much. Lulu out there. Thank you, fam. Thank you, thank you. Who have we not? I saw Jack Attack up there. Welcome in, friend. Always dropping the love at the top of the show. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Jonan, welcome in. And as far back as let me go. Let's pop back down. Pappy out there. Welcome in, friend. The effing doctor says here with Sabina chilling and Jaden in the chair. Dude, welcome in, guys. I am super jealous because I wish I was getting my haircut. I should have gotten my haircut like 2 weeks ago. Dude, people look at me like I'm a psycho when I walk around. And I've been wearing my MAGA hat a lot lately. Even went to the Dollar General earlier to pick up some milk, and the guy was like, I didn't know they made those in black. I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome in. Over on YouTube, great to have you guys. Like, subscribe. Over on Rumble, YouTube, you guys know what to do. Little Cat holding it down, PR Patriot. Sunshine Angel. So yeah, Evan Doctor, can't wait to see you on Sunday, dude. Gonna bring myself, the boys. Man, it might be a 5-hour job. It might be a 5-hour job between the three of us. Dude, we saved all the hair for you, dude, including my beard. Oh, I can't wait to lose like 30 pounds off my face. It's going to be great. And thank you to Via and Little Cat over on Rumble. You guys are awesome. So, man, we got a big show here as per usual. And I'll be honest, guys, today was I do this 5-6 days a week. The news was like dead today, like really dead today. And I'm like, there's not really too much going on. No new Aloha snack bars, which is great. There's all kinds of warnings for California, though, that Iran might send some Aloha snack bar drones to come hit some American, to try to kill some Americans. Wouldn't be surprised. But other than that, fam, it was a super slow news day. So I wanted to dive into a lot of the propaganda that is circulating the airwaves, circulating social media. We're going to get into all that tonight. And this whole story about this school, I had briefly mentioned it yesterday. But it really went AWOL and went crazy today. And, of course, the typical circle jerk retards are literally taking IRGC propaganda and pushing Iranian the communist Islam propaganda onto their own Americans. And I am just so done with these people. So instead of getting angry about it, we're just going to talk about it, give you guys a perfect breakdown of what's actually going on, because the truth is nobody knows yet. And it's absolutely hilarious because, you know, Iran would never kill their own people, right? They would never do that and blame it on America. No, they would never do that. They just, you know, they just killed like 30,000 of their own people like a few weeks ago. It's no big deal. But yeah, we'll get into all of it, guys. What's going on with the Save America Act? And what is CPAC doing with their guest list? Because it's turning into full-blown AIDS. And they're even inviting Sauron from Lord of the Rings to come hang out. And we need prayers up, guys, for all the Americans out there that have been devastated by these tornadoes. I don't know if you guys watch weather. I watch weather when I want to unplug. Tornadoes have been going absolutely crazy and destroying and killing people and destroying property, houses, lives. And there's still bad weather out there today, guys. So we're going to get into all that. So before we dive into it, guys, we're at 8,218 gold pills. You guys are fantastic for that. 20K is that daily goal. Keep those gold pills flowing. The stickers flying. Red pills smashed. Give my mods all kinds of love. Like and subscribe on YouTube and Rumble. We have a big show to do. So let's not waste another minute. Let's fucking do it. News Blitz time. Oh boy, the Brett Kavanaugh racist. Not happy with Ketanji Brown Jackson, the DEI hire of Joe Biden to the Supreme Court. It's not uncommon to hear that the Supreme Court is one of the last places where honest to goodness decorum still exists, but not only is the political temperature tamped down, way down during oral arguments, but the justices even have something known as the judicial handshake to show camaraderie. I completely butchered that word. But basically showing that they like each other before making crucial decisions, but that kind of went out the window. So when two justices are sniping at each other in a public forum like Justice Brett Kavanaugh and Ketanji Brown Jackson did, it's naturally going to raise some eyebrows. On Monday, the two justices were present at an event for lawyers and judges held in Washington, and according to the AP, the two were part of a panel where a federal judge would ask them both questions. The outlet added the occasion was an annual lecture in memory of a former federal judge and former prosecutor Thomas A. Flannery. The AP reported that when the discussion came to the topic of whether or not the Supreme Court was ruling too frequently in favor of President Donald Trump's admin in emergency situations, Jackson, a liberal judge and frequent dissenter from the conservative majority, decided to air out some dirty laundry and saying the admin is making new policy and then insisting the new policy take effect immediately before the challenge is decided. I just feel like this uptick in the court's willingness to get involved is a real unfortunate problem. And now you understand, guys, why we get so livid when we see these conservative judges teaming up with the liberal ones. It's disgusting. And Kavanaugh was not having any of it. Says, none of us enjoy this, he said. Kavanaugh further explains, says, we have to have the same position regardless of who was president, which was apparently at least one sentiment that he and Jackson agreed on. And Jackson, again, you want to talk about DEI hires of the Supreme type? She's in the Supreme Court. She's a Supreme Court justice, but I hope one day she might have an early retirement. We shall see. Over here from the post-millennial, Anthropic is now suing the Trump admin over supply chain risk designation, claims unlawful campaign of retaliation. These guys are the biggest hypocrites you can possibly imagine. Anthropic, which is an AI company, has filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump admin after being designated supply chain risk by the Pentagon. The complaint, filed on Monday in the U.S. District Court for Central California, argues that President Donald Trump's order directing all federal agencies to immediately cease using the company's technology was an unlawful campaign of retaliation. And guys, I didn't get a chance to break this down because Trump decided we're going to be going to war with Iran, kind of took over everything. But Anthropic basically went to the Pentagon and said, listen, we want you guys to use our technology, but if we disagree with something the military is going to do, we're going to shut off access and shut down programs with our AI that we don't agree with, and basically trying to strong arm P. Hegseth, Trump, and our military. And Trump and Hegseth, they weren't having it and basically told this retard from Anthropic to go fuck off. And now here we are, and now the contract, I believe, is going to ChatGPT, which is also not really great with Sam Altman. The guy's another demonic piece of shit. But the Anthropic CEO now wants to sue Trump, and yeah, it tells you everything you know about him. And from the Western Journal, a woke joke, fans furious at hypocrite Bruce Springsteen as tickets to his No Kings tour are so expensive, only royalty can afford them. Not joking, guys. He's launching a 20-date Land of Hope and Dreams tour with his E Street Band starting next month and ending in May. The tour is going to be pushing No Kings theme, obviously. Oh, my goodness. And according to Friday, the tickets for the tour are starting at $84.55, although you'd be insanely lucky to get those nosebleed seats because the most expensive tickets are over $3,000 a pop because, you know, nothing says no kings like $3,000 tickets and sending the peasants into the nosebleeds for $84. And over here from the Post-Millennial, and reports a trans vegan death cult leader loses a court bid to get felony case tossed out. Yeah, because these are the crazy eyes. We all know these are the types that love to shoot up schools and churches. A federal judge has denied a motion by the leader of a violent transgender cult seeking to dismiss his felony case on Second Amendment grounds. And Jack Lasota, 34, he uses the name Ziz, argued through his attorney that a federal indictment accusing him of being a fugitive in possession of firearms and ammunition violates his constitutional right to bear arms. And Lesoto's lawyer, Gary Proctor, filed the motion in February, arguing that the law used the charges client is unconstitutional applied to someone who is peaceful, and the charges for which Miss Lesota or Mr. Lesota might be considered a fugitive or nonviolent offenses comprised largely of misdemeanors. No historical tradition supports disarming someone for nonviolent crimes, and he ended up losing this. And this retard is still going to end up getting prosecuted and going to prison for a very long time and catching himself, not herself, himself, a nice felony. And over here in the Western Journal, we talked about what was going on with Kristi Noem and Corey Lewandowski a little bit, but now Trump wants more information and asking if Lewandowski did indeed profit off of Kristi Noem's $220 million DHS ad. We haven't really seen too much of Kristi Noem since this whole thing went down. Corey Lewandowski, embarrassing, looks like a fool. And Trump wants to know more information. We're going to keep you guys updated on this, but anything touching this story right now is toxic sludge, and Trump really pissed off about it. And fam, what you're looking at here is a screenshot from Howard Schultz describing how he is now officially moving Starbucks, the headquarters, all of it out of Washington, out of Seattle, and I believe they're going to be going to Nashville, Tennessee to bring the corporate Starbucks because, again, they cannot do business in Washington anymore. And he gives this whole sad sob story about the whole thing. But like many other Seattle-based companies, Starbucks today stands on the shoulders of the many Pacific Northwesterners who built the company. They help shape the culture, the benefits, and the brand, contributing to the civic community and blah, 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 DEI, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? They're still business owners, and they just didn't. I think Washington has passed a whole bunch of new taxes by, of course, Democrats, and it's not going to be feasible for these companies, and the West Coast continues to deteriorate, and they're moving to southern states, and shocker, they're moving to Tennessee, which I'm not surprised about at all. They're now moving out of Washington, and yeah, that's one of the slop soy brands, Starbucks, that we all know. They out of Washington. And last but not least, guys, some great news. Laken Riley's convicted killer strikes out in court as Jose Ibarra, a Venezuelan man who had a police record even before he killed Riley in February 2024 while she was running on the Athens campus, has been sentenced to life in prison without possibility of a parole. It's official. And on Monday, Clark County Superior Court Judge H. Patrick Haggard threw out the request for a new trial, saying the evidence against him was, quote, overwhelming and powerful, according to CBS News. And this stupid fuck that took out Laken Riley is now going to officially be rotting in prison for the rest of his life. And that today is a good day for him, and that is also today's News Blitz. Yes, off and on. The owner is moving to Florida, and the business is being centered in Tennessee. Wow. Wow. I wonder why the business owners are going around doing that now. Why they want to get out of Washington. That's pretty incredible. Truly incredible. My goodness, fam. Thank you all so much for the love, guys. You guys have been dropping bombs on me already. Calls to Decisions just bought a 1-month bronze tier subscription. Thank you so much for that. Let's get that sub up there. Thank you, my friend. Welcome to Monday night bonus shows. Which, by the way, guys, next Monday we're going to be getting something really spiritual about a witch that I cannot wait. I watched this podcast last night. This witch that was deep into witchcraft and her journey coming out of witchcraft and becoming a Christian. It blew my mind, and it really spoke to my soul. And it spoke to my soul so much that I'm going to be showing you guys that interview next Monday, because man, oh man, the spiritual side, guys, personally, behind the scenes, it's been a renaissance for me personally, and it's just been great. And it's funny because I you guys are gonna laugh at me when I bring this up, because one of the knocks of me since I've been doing this, since I started doing this, was how much cursing there is in the show. And I had this little spiritual renaissance last night, guys, and I'm like, man, maybe I really need to stop cursing. And now I'm really thinking about it, guys. So you might start seeing that change And if you start noticing it, yeah, just understand why. There's been a lot of spiritual movements going on in my personal life behind the scenes, and I'm seeing a lot of all these miracles are starting to happen in my life. And I want to show you guys on Monday. I can't wait to show you guys. Anyways, SBF Chief with a Kansas, time for another great show. Good evening, Jack Attack with a cookie. Moon Baby says, let's go, Family Lamb. 029 with the Shades, Juan Rambo with a cookie, and Beretta the Great, there it is. Double Fleets on the show says, thanks to the hot sauce. Keep it coming. Let's start the show with a bang. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Here is your fleet drop.
Sound the siren for war. With some axe to the wall, we'll respond to the call. Fall, Goliath. Fall, Goliath. Lift the head of the giant, celebrate our defiance.
Double Fleets, my friend. Thank you again. Halo Moon says, happy Wednesday. Love Scott in the mod. Spazzo Yeti says, cans should always come in pairs. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, we don't want that tranny shit, dude. We don't want that tranny fake shit. We got to get the real ones, and we need doubles. Eric Superpage with a can. Izzy said, had to add a cookie. Thank you. Jack Attack with a cookie. And condition basis, I would put a giant poster of Lake and Riley in a cell with the rules of not touching it or covering it. Oh, that'd be great. That would absolutely be great. So I agree, my friend. I agree. These people really, really need to, it needs to sink in for these people while he rots away in prison for the rest of his life. So Genesebi says, dropping you a new sticker after this. Cheers. Oh, go for it, Genesebi. I'll save it. Add to the channel. Great to see you. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Oh, I like that. That's awesome. I'm gonna submit to that channel. It's awesome. It doesn't have a dildo in it, so I'm really happy about that. Dr. Straw at 2800 gold pills. Boom, boom, boom. Fleet, please. I'll give it to you, my friend. Here's one more fleet drop. Oh no. Oh no, that's an EMP. Hit the wrong hotkey. There you go. Well, I gave you a little bit more than a fleet, my friend, but there you go. Well, now, Doctor, you gave me 2,800 gold pills, so now I think you need to throw another 7 to make up for that, my mistake. So I appreciate that, Dr. Sean. There you go. I gave you a little bit more. And thank you, Spazzo Yeti, with the double cans, only double cans. I appreciate that, guys. We have a big show to get into. I can't wait to get into this, guys. Smash the red pill, keep the gold pills flowing, the stickers flying, and please give my mods all kinds of love. Bam, I love the AI slop. Some days, some of it's really good, some of it's really bad, but I've been enjoying it, incorporating it into the show. And tonight, we're just talking about Jesus a little bit, talking about cursing and some spiritual renaissance happening. If you guys ever wonder what would happen if Jesus had met the Terminator and the Terminator had wanted to come back and try to save Jesus from the Romans and from being crucified, you guys ever wonder what that looked like? Well, I'm sure you haven't, and why I'm going to show you that today. So, guys, we are crushing the gold pill goal, 8K away from 20K already. We have a big show here. Let's enjoy this video. Red pill smash, like, subscribe on all the channels. Enjoy when Terminator protects Jesus, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the intro. Take a watch.
Blessed are the... Get down. Come with me if you want to live.
What are they doing?
They were going to arrest you.
I know.
And crucify you.
It's supposed to happen.
What are you, a glutton for punishment? My mission is to protect you.
I appreciate your concern, and I realize you've traveled a great distance. But there's a plan, a master plan even, and I can't explain it to you now, but you must stay away. And you cannot go around killing people.
Why?
Because it is one of God's commandments, thou shalt not kill.
Why?
Because it is a sin.
Why?
Because it's not nice.
Why?
Forgive him, Father. He's a robot from the future. Brothers, my time with you is almost over. But for now, let us eat.
Eat this.
You just don't get it, do you?
You have been targeted for termination.
I already told you. I'm supposed to die for the sins of mankind.
I'm programmed to protect you.
Stop killing Judas!
But he's going to betray you.
I know. Look, I've got a lot on my mind right now, and you're really starting to stress me out, okay? Okay?
Bosch is pilot at 10 o'clock.
Give me that thing!
This Christmas, the meek shall
inherit the action.
Don't worry, he'll be back.
Woke Society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal. Grab your flashlight, it's time to go down the rabbit hole. It's dark and hell is hot, dealing with satanic souls. The tide is turning, patriots are now in control. Apply aggressive pressure right now until they fold. Stay woke, open up guys and keep them peeled. All they do is lie, realize not everything is real. Through Project Looking Glass, the future is revealed. Future proves past, but there won't be any deals. No time like the present for this music with the messages. The method to my madness, beat the madness to my method. Give you nothing but the truth now to capture your attention. Broke free from the matrix, master the dimensions. People swear they know the truth, but aren't asking any questions. Confirmation bias, so they pass on interventions. For those who know the truth, but they pass it just to mention. Of anything you might say, the past is their defenses. Wake up, and don't you dare go back to sleep. Always keep one eye open for demons on the creep. Once you turn into a wolf, you won't ever be a sheep. A worldwide awakening, so now run and tell your peace. Woke Society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
What can I help you with?
I have a ring I would like to sell you.
Baseball or football?
Neither. This kind.
Oh, this guy.
I wish the ring had never come to me. So I'm here at the pawn shop today to try and sell it.
I really got to get this ring in my shop. This is not as uncommon as you might think. They actually made 20 of them. So what were you looking to do with it?
Maybe I should just keep it. Keep it safe.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 20 bucks for it.
All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Scott here from Woke Societies. It's episode number 1067. It is March 11th, 2026. Welcome to all of our friends over on Rumble, Kick, X, YouTube, and of course, my favorite fam over on Pilled.net. Of course, it's AI. For fuck's sake. Some of it's funny. Oh, man. The AI slop is here to stay, guys. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. This stuff is touching on my childhood, and when I see Frodo from Lord of the Rings going in to see Rick at the pawn shop to try to pawn a Ring of Saruman, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. Don't tell me you didn't like Terminator Jesus. I mean, these things, these once were imagination, and now it's coming to life. It's amazing. Hey, thank you, Copo over there. I'm glad I checked the Rumble chat. I don't ever really get too many donations on Rumble these days, if ever. Thank you for the $5 donation over there. What do they call those? Rumble rants. I forgot. I don't even know. Kobo, I appreciate the $5 Rumble rant, my friend. Cyber says I will DM you a testimony vid from Monday's bonus show. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that the witch one on Monday. Dude, it was powerful, man. It moved me. It moved me. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, gotta be working on some stuff behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. All right, we got all kinds of gold pills flowing in still, guys. Thank you so much for the double cans again, Spaz. Dougie says, can't go wrong with your daily dose of Scott and woke size. No, you can't, my friend. Bong Hall with a cookie. Southern Patriot the phone. Friday. Thank you, brother. Dragonfly with a cookie. Beretta the Great with a can. And another. Oh, we got can wars going on between Spaz and Beretta. Dr. Shaw with 700 gold pills. That's not enough for EMP, but I'll take it, my friend. Thank you so much. And Core Cousin, thank you for the cookie, my friend. 14,118 gold pills. Hey, what up, Tweet? Great to see you, friend. Great to see you. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, guys. And yeah, I already can't wait for the Monday show because these testimony podcasts. I've been starting to watch them the last couple of days. They've been really good, really uplifting as well. And like, man, people just need some of this stuff in their lives outside the news, man. And it's absolutely going to bless you. So what I want to do first, guys, I want to give you guys the quick update what's going on in Iran from the CENTCOM commander. That's about 5 minutes long. And then, fam, I want to really dive into what the propaganda machine that is churning, what I have been digging and researching into as far as this supposed school where all these schoolgirls died. And yes, fam, I want to correct myself. Apparently, girls, young girls, all children, apparently, they go to school in Iran. I did not know that. I thought they weren't allowed to do that. I didn't know they were allowed to be educated. To be completely honest with you again, but then when we get things wrong, we get things wrong. And we correct ourselves and we move on. So apparently, yes, children in Iran do go to school. Did not know that myself. I thought right off the bat that was a bullshit lie, but it's not. And we're going to get into that, fam, and break all that down because, again, we're seeing the typical circle jerk just putting this out. And, again, it is all about being anti-American, just questioning and muddying the waters for no reason at all, and just have some common sense to look at this stuff, guys, because it made its way to Trump in the press pool today. And why this is a story, because if this wasn't a story, I don't think it would have been in the press pool. But want to give you guys a quick update, guys. This whole thing with Iran is going to be over probably within a couple weeks. I'm hoping, like I keep saying every single day, the sooner, the better, while this is rocking and rolling. But Iran, guys, their defenses, I don't know what's left of them. We have cardboard Ayatollahs coming out. It's just a mess. It's just a mess, but let's give you guys your update here. What's going on, the latest from the commander from CENTCOM. Here we go.
I'm Admiral Brad Cooper here at United States Central Command, where I'm leading the forces executing Operation Epic Fury. First, I want you to know that we continue to keep the families of our fallen heroes and our wounded teammates in our thoughts and prayers. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the families of the 50,000 American servicemen and women deployed in and around the Middle East. I'm grateful for your selfless sacrifice, and I know that Americans across the country hold you in their hearts. Let me start by offering my overall assessment of Operation Epic Fury. In short, U.S. forces continue delivering devastating combat power against the Iranian regime. I've said this before, but it bears repeating. U.S. combat power is building, Iranian combat power is declining. And we remain centered on very clear military objectives in eliminating Iran's ability to project power against Americans and against its neighbors. Every day, we're striking hard at Iranian ballistic missile and drones. To date, we have struck more than 5,500 targets inside Iran, including more than 60 ships, using a variety of precision weapon systems. Just yesterday, we had strike waves nearly every hour from different locations and directions going into Iran. We also took out the last of 4 Soleimani-class warships. That's an entire class of Iranian ships now out of the fight. I'd characterize our strikes as being unpredictable, dynamic, and decisive. Since the first 24 hours of this campaign, Iranian ballistic missile and drone attacks have dropped drastically. But it's worth pointing out that Iranian forces continue to deliberately target innocent civilians in Gulf countries while hiding behind their own people as they launch attacks from highly populated cities in Iran. Of course, forces executing Operation Epic Fury aren't just defending against Iranian threats. We are methodically dismantling them by hitting Iranian missiles and drones, as we also strike their defense industrial base. Just last night, our bomber force hit a large ballistic missile manufacturing facility, as an example. So it's not just about what's shooting at us today, it's also about eliminating the threat in the future. Now, let me show you a few of the results from the tremendous efforts by America's joint force. Here, you see an Iranian Shajarah-class warship, a large patrol ship, a drone smuggling vessel, and 4 other surface combatants docked at Chabahar port in the Gulf of Oman the day before we launched Operation Epic Fury.
What happened to those?
Here's the same pier 4 days later, all ships taken out of action. This
they gone.
Bandar-class surface ship was hit and rolled on its side. Here's another example. Here you see 2 Iranian surface combatants docked at an Iranian naval base near the Strait of Hormuz, just hours into the campaign. And here's what they look like 3 days later, engulfed in flames after we struck them with a precision weapon. For years, the Iranian regime has threatened commercial shipping and U.S. forces in international waters. Our mission is to end their ability to project power and harass shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. From the air, we've achieved a concentration of air power with back-to-back waves of advanced fighters creating constant pressure on the enemy every single day. Our dominance is not a solo effort, it's a testament to the strength of our ironclad alliances. We continue to coordinate closely and effectively with Israel in this very large operation, and we are also coordinating and serving side by side with all of our partners in the Middle East. We're on a path to eliminating Iran's ability to threaten Americans and our friends, and we are achieving this through a combination of lethality, precision, and rapid innovation. Let me highlight a few examples, at least the ones that aren't classified, of how we are achieving lethal effects in entirely new ways. First, our warfighters are leveraging a variety of advanced AI tools. These systems help us sift through vast amounts of data in seconds so our leaders can cut through the noise and make smarter decisions faster than the enemy can react. Humans will always make final decisions on what to shoot and what not to shoot, and when to shoot, but advanced AI tools can turn processes that used to take hours and sometimes even days into seconds. I continue to be impressed with all the branches of the U.S. military. The entire team is performing superbly. Strike operations from our joint force continue, as I've said. I assess that we are clearly exercising air superiority over vast swaths of Iran. We have the most integrated air defense umbrella in the Middle East, and our defensive operations from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Space Force teams are performing magnificently. A note about the Space Force. Our space superiority has been a critical enabler to this fight. Unseen by the world, the Space Force is doing 2 things. First, they're degrading Iranian capability, and second, they're helping to protect American forces, and I'll have to leave it right there. All told, despite this incredible progress, make no mistake, we remain highly vigilant. And I just could not be prouder of our Operation Epic Fury team, and I know the American people share that same pride. To all our warriors out there, please keep up the great work, and Godspeed. Thanks so much.
So this is just giving you guys a quick update about what's going on here. And, you know, this, again, I don't know how many times the stark contrast between what this is and what was during the early 2000s with the forever war occupational bullshit, weapons of mass destruction, garbage, where it's months and months and months turn into years into years into years. And anyone that thinks that's going to happen this time, you're just out of your mind. We are getting daily updates from commanders, from generals. We are getting updates from Pete Hegseth. We're getting updates from Trump. We're getting updates from Carolyn Leavitt. The American people, if you're paying attention, is constantly being updated on what is being used, how they're doing it. There's no boots on the ground. This is all orchestrated with jets, air superiority, Space Force, AI, all of it. You can hate it or love it. It doesn't really matter. It's happening. And we have gone into great depth of detail as to why Trump is doing this and the ramifications it's having on basically the regime change of the deep state that is happening, not just in Iran, but China, not in China, but Cuba, Venezuela, the Straits of Hormuz, all the oil that's going through there now. They are not. Trump called them basically a bunch of pussies yesterday, and now everything's starting to flow. It's all starting to flow. And we've gone into great depth and detail, guys. Watch my last 2 or 3 shows to get into that. I don't want to get bogged down in the weeds of that anymore. It is fully apparent and obvious what Trump is doing here. This is to prevent future wars from breaking out for decades to come. And it's kind of crazy because once we broke down everything yesterday, guys, and you saw what Russia and China have been building as proxies in Venezuela and Cuba, especially in Iran. Iran was absolutely going to be used as a diversionary tactic to fuck with America to eventually go after Taiwan. There's no doubt about it. We have weak leadership in this country. China was just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the day to strike, for that time to hit. And, you know, that was only a matter of time. That was only a matter of time. People can say it's all lies. People can say it's bullshit. It's not. It's history. China has been, and Russia and Iran, with Cuba and Venezuela's help, and also the cartels, they have been slowly poisoning Americans, killing us from the inside out, using our politicians to kill us from the inside out. We saw it with open borders. We see what's going on with the UK, the European countries. They're getting gutted. Their culture is being gutted from the inside out. And it's all from foreigners, third world pieces of shit. This is what's happening. And when you put all those pieces together and you see Trump decapitating all the leadership, and just decapitating the leadership, not changing the government, not killing civilians, not bombing entire cities and laying waste to entire areas, doing nation building. Again, has that happened once under Trump? It has not happened one time under Trump. So people that are fear porning about it, I don't know what to tell you about it. Go find Jesus, go find God, and get that anxiety and fear out of your lives. I don't know what else to tell you at this point, because the track record is there. It's there. I'm trusting my commander-in-chief. Let him cook, and let's see how this pans out for America. And that's exactly where I'm at with it. And they're absolutely destroying these people. There's no doubt about it. The IRGC, when you see them bringing out cardboard ayatollahs like we've seen, and apparently ones with one leg, they're not doing too well. And I showed you guys yesterday, they're not even bringing them out anymore onto TV anymore, because every time they do, they're dead within 24 hours. They get a bomb dropped on them, a drone, whatever it is, and they're taken out and they're on to the next one. It's just not working out. It's not working out for them, and it's only a matter of time. So where this is all gone, and because the media will try to do anything they can to muddy these waters. They will do anything they can to stab Trump, to make him bleed, cut him 1,000 times of propaganda. I've been warning you guys months about all these fucking retards on X, the fluffer, Owen Schroyer, Candace Owens, again, all of them, Alex Jones, the whole circle jerk, Dave Smith, all these clowns, again, Michael Flynn. You guys know them. We have talked about them ad nauseum on this show. And what I find so amazing, because even if I disagree with Trump on what was going on, even if I disagree with everything that's happening right now, you guys are never going to see me going like, hey guys, you want to know you want to check out a breaking news story? You want to go check out the story? And I'm like, and I show you, and it's from the New York Times, and I'm getting all excited about it. I'm getting all emotional about it. I'm screaming, fuck Trump, he lied to us. And you're like, Scott, well, where's the story coming from? And I'm like, oh, it's the New York Times. You guys are like, what are you talking about, dude? New York Times? Based on what? Oh, you know, anonymous sources. You mean the anonymous sources that got me triggered in 2016 to actually start looking at Trump when they started to crucify him over Russia, and you're reading the articles and it's nothing but anonymous source? You mean that same New York Times? That same New York Times that all these clowns I just listed are now using as source material, and they consider themselves super red-pilled about Israel and the Jews and everything else, and now they're going to the New York Times and saying, fuck Trump? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is where we've gone. And guys, again, what I want to get into, because this happened to so many accounts. And guys, I've said this before, what pisses people off on the left and the right, and MAGA on our side, and even in this show, the chats, I'm as consistent as I possibly can be, and I will piss off my side as much as I'll piss off the other side. And I hate it. It sucks. But if you're going to be honest and true about doing this, this is how it works. And what am I talking about? Colin Rugg put this out here. United States is responsible, straight up saying the United States is responsible for the strike on an Iranian elementary school. An ongoing military investigation has found, according to who? The New York Times.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
When are we going to learn? Iranian officials say 175 people were killed, most of them being children. Quote, officers at U.S. Central Command created the target coordinates for the strike using outdated data provided by the Defense Intelligence Agency. The New York Times reported. The location of the Shajarah Tayyebeh Elementary School was formerly part of the adjacent Iranian base. The investigation found horrific. And where did the video come from? The video came from NBC News.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Right?
Retard alert, class.
And I'm like, dude, Colin, you put out some good stuff, man. You have some established credibility here. Even you, dude, even these stupid fucking, quote, anons that are super red-pilled about the Jews and everything else from 9/11 to, you know, the families and the I mean, and we're seeing these people running around with sources coming out of the New York Times as fact. What? Hold up. So this is the propaganda going, fam.
Tonight, this new video geolocated and verified by NBC News.
Geolocated and verified. Buzzwords. It's normie slop.
Shows what experts say is a U.S. Tomahawk missile over the skies of Manab, Iran.
No one knows that, by the way. Nobody knows if that's true or not yet. Nobody knows that.
Adding evidence
Tell me how NBC News, the New York Times, knows all these details before the military has even released a formal report or heard from Hegseth or even heard from Trump. How do they know before the military knows? Get the fuck out of here.
Experts say that an American missile likely hit the Shajarah Tayyebeh Elementary School during the first hours of U.S.-Israeli operations on February 28th. Iranian officials say the airstrikes, which also hit a neighboring Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps compound, once home to a military base, killed more than 170 people, mostly children.
The Tomahawk, which is one of the most powerful weapons around, is used by, sold and used by other countries. That's being investigated right now.
Weapons expert Jeffrey Lewis says this new video is clear.
I think the munition that is
clear as day, guys. It's clear. It's the United States. We're the bullies. We suck. Our country is so horrible. It's so horrific.
And that video is clearly a Tomahawk. It's long, cylindrical. It has a set of wings, and
it's long, cylindrical, and has a set of wings, guys. Oh, I'm sold. It must be. It's like every fucking missile. It's like every fucking missile owned by every country. Long, cylindrical, and wings. I don't need. This could be this guy's own dildo. Would not surprise me at all. But my God.
Really, no other country in this conflict has ammunition that looks like that.
No way.
Retard alert. Retard alert, class.
You guys are about to see some great stuff here from really good sauce.
NBC News spoke with 4 other weapons experts who agree the video, which was published on Iranian state media, shows a U.S. Tomahawk. The U.S. military has publicly said Tomahawks were launched in the first hours of the war, even releasing this video. Over the weekend, a reporter...
I want you guys to remember that point, because what she just said is actually true. Tomahawks were launched in the first hours, the very beginning of the operation, okay? Remember that, because that's going to be important in figuring out what is actually going on here.
Asked President Trump if the U.S. was responsible.
No, in my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Today, NBC News spoke on the phone with a father who said his 8-year-old daughter Zahra was killed in the strikes. There is no crime greater than this, he said, that so many children, boys and girls, innocent little ones, were torn apart. Molly Hunter, NBC News.
So this is what I want to say, guys, because I'm about to drop gallons upon gallons upon gallons of sauce on you, okay? Done by people that actually know what they're talking about. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say we know for sure what's happened yet. I want to make sure that's clear, okay? What I do know is that we have covered conflicts from Ukraine, Russia, Israel, and Gaza, and now here we are on Iran, guys. We have done this. We've done Venezuela. We have covered every conflict since we've been covering Trump, and that's been a long time now, going into our 8th year, which is absolutely insane. And every single time, there is hospitals, there is schools, there is children, decapitated babies in ovens, super horrific stories that get amplified. They get clung onto by the media, clung onto by these retarded influencers. Doesn't matter if it's left or right. And then it just spreads like wildfire. And then the emotional outrage comes pouring on. And then it turns into what it always turns into. And what I like to do in these situations is take a step back. Let's see how this all plays out. Let's listen to some people that actually know what they're talking about, that actually is not using New York Times as their source material and actually looking at Google Maps, looking where this actual building was structured, other schools around it, and finding out and figuring out what exactly is going on here. Because again, like I've said, this is why I am so adamantly against and vehemently against these retards and calling them out almost on a daily basis, because they're not out for the truth, fam. They are not out for the truth. If they were out for the truth, they'd be sitting back and looking to see what's actually going on. Owen Schroeder, so we're trying our best to ignore the fact our war efforts blew up a school of innocent children?
Retard alert. Retard alert, class!
And fam, the you input Israel is now becoming the bar for low IQ slap where I almost just turn it off at this point. If this happened in Israel, it would have been an international incident. Every media outlet and every world leader would be condemning it, and it justified total war. Why isn't it happening? Dave Smith, here he goes and reposted the New York Times actual article. Trump lied to your face after he killed a bunch of little girls.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
And I'm just, and guys, and this is the thing. What is so encouraging, just go in the comments of these accounts now, because 2 months ago, you wouldn't have seen too much pushback. You would have seen some people kind of buying into this shit. Now, people have completely turned the corner and they're seeing exactly what these people are. Just go, and it's not an algorithm thing. I have other accounts that I have, and I'm looking at these two, and I'm just looking. I'm just like, this isn't just some algorithmic thing that I'm seeing just what I believe. It's all over the place now. People are turning the corner on these idiots. They're turning the corner on them, and they're just like, everything that you can possibly do is anti-Trump, anti-America, anti-this. Fuck America. This is what we always do. We go and we're always the bad guys. We're always the bullies. Just demoralization central, right? And you guys have seen that time and time again. So what I want to get into and what I want to show you guys here was a great breakdown from Matt Tardio, who went in, did his own research on this with actual sauce, and was breaking this down. This has almost 500,000 views. I believe this came out just yesterday, okay, guys? And this is why what I love to do, and you guys give me gold pills. We're already at 24,000 gold pills. I really appreciate that. My job for you guys is to give you as much clarity and reality as much as we can, so you guys walk away knowing kind of what's going on a little bit better than the average person, the average American, okay? That is my service to you all, and that's what I'm going to continue to do until we're done doing this, whenever that is. So, did we really hit what they're calling a all-girls school in Iran? Matt Tardio here is saying absolutely not. So, we're going to get into this. This is a 24-minute video, guys. It's absolutely fire. We're going to break this down because you're going to continue to see this being used as a weapon against Trump and the military. And guys, we might find out later, maybe it wasn't a Tomahawk, maybe it was another munition from the United States, and if that's the case, that sucks. We'll acknowledge it and move on. But after I show you this, it's kind of unbelievable. Thank you to, you guys are just crushing. Thank you guys. Core Cousin, Ohio, Kimmy the Cookies, Hyro the Cookie, L.A. Martinez says, hola, amigos. Web L.A. And we got Mitchell DM27, throwing down an EMP on the show out of nowhere. Giant EMP, my friend. Here's your EMP drop. 10,000 gold pills. Let's go.
You've been thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Yeah, thunderstruck.
Thank you, Mitchell DM. A real EMP drop for you, my friend. Thank you so much. Drunk Pinata in the house. Thank you for the raid before, my dude. I appreciate it. And drops the can that says, quote, the Strait of Hormuz, the Stormy Daniels story. Damn. Okay. Drink banana spicy today with a cookie, but Scott, a quote, a source had said something. Yeah. I mean, didn't we graduate this shit, guys, in 2017? Do we trust the media? All of a sudden, we trust the media in 2026 when it's like we're at the most, like, we're reporting on the media, like the all-time low, all-time trust in media was at an all-time low. Like during and after COVID. I'm like, it's even worse now. But now we're believing it? Come on now. Juan Ramos says, running my log splitter while I listen. Dude, I'm so jealous, man. I'm so jealous. I haven't even gotten that equipment yet, dude. I'm just waiting to sign the agreement. Then I'm going to go get all this stuff. I'm so jealous, man. I am itching to get outside and cutting some logs and splitting firewood and just being outside, man. I can't wait. All right. So let's dive into Matt Tardio's video, guys. We're going to break this down. This is really good stuff. Let's do it.
First, let's go up over to Google Earth. Let me show you where this place is located. And this is very important for everybody to understand as we get into the region. This terrain right here is Iran. Right here, you have Oman, and you have U.S. warships right over here in the Gulf of Oman, somewhere in this region. Not 100% sure. When we zoom in on the school in Manab, and we start getting closer to it, I've got it pinned right up on here. You guys are about to see it. as we zoom in, you will see a very clear outline of a compound right here as it goes down. All the way around. You guys can see that wall all the way around. That is an IRGC compound. Video footage and stuff that's been taken on the ground confirms it as an IRGC naval facility, equipped with a hospital, a couple other things, allegedly a hospital or a clinic. And the more research I done, I come to find out a couple things. One, that allegedly they walled this place off a year to 2 years ago. Walled this place off and turned this into what they're calling a school. Yep, that's what they're calling it. And that video you just saw is what ends up telling everybody, apparently, that the United States of America ended up doing it. Well, with that, we've got lots of problems. We've got this analysis from the New York Times, as just the school was hit amid U.S. strikes on Iranian naval base. And they've got a lot of evidence that they like to put out here. And we'll take a look at some of it. This is their initial one. And there's a couple things that we can notice about this imagery within itself. If we look at this building right here, and I just want to show you guys this. First, we're going to go over the accuracy. You guys will notice that all of these buildings were either leveled or hit center mass. Clearly, and then for some reason, this one's hit on the corner. Y'all see that? Wait for it to come. Weird.
So every one of these buildings in this compound were hit center mass, or they were completely demolished. Every single one of them. But supposedly our military, this one over here, just decided to hit the corner. Interesting.
In this one instance, we lost our ability to hit center mass.
Yeah.
This next video is probably one of the most appalling ones. And I can show you guys exactly on the maps where this video is being taken at and where it's coming from. All right. And what you're looking at exactly on here. So let me get this up for you. If we zoom in on the school, this video is being taken from right here on this corner. All right. Right here on this corner. This chunk of the building is gone. Remember, because apparently we lost our ability to have accuracy. So this chunk of the building is gone. They're standing right here in this parking lot area next to this tree, and they're looking in this direction. So that's what you guys are about to watch when we get into this video. Some more stuff to go over.
کیف دانش آموز
All right. So is this video authentic? Yeah, I believe it is. And I believe it's geolocated to that exact location. I believe that same chunk of the building's missing that I talked about. And there was probably people in it that died. And you're going to see why here in just a minute. Is it as high as Iran says? Potentially. So here we have it. This is where it's sitting. Now, the interesting part is when we fast forward from there, let's move past it. And you guys can see the whole area. By the way, they said that area was a playground. You do have people that are outside taking pictures of books, allegedly. And the name that's down here on the bottom of the screen, by the way, we're going to go over that in a little bit. The source that they actually used for this, which is very important. Uh-oh, she froze on me. Come on, wake up. Right here, coming up in the video, you guys are going to see a couple things, which shouldn't be a surprise to you. If you didn't catch it the first time, there's IRGC Officer 1, IRGC Officer 2, and you're about to see 3, 4, or 5 appear over here in the background. You got several. 1, 2, yep, 3. So a total of 5 that are sitting there. 6. I saw a 6th one. Now, this is where it gets interesting when you go into the quote-unquote classroom.
So check this out.
For young girls. And that's it right there.
Why is that?
You guys see the big camouflage netting in the corner? That's what that is. That's camo net. That crap ain't cheap, and it's definitely not getting given away in Iran. And what it certainly appears to be is some sort of an IRGC mural hanging in the center of this classroom.
Interesting.
Camo net, probably some dead martyrs, probably some names hanging in front of it. Looks like an IRGC mural. That's what it looks like in the middle of this young children's classroom. And nobody wanted to question this whatsoever. And that's fine. They can have a freaking Hitler Youth Memorial right in the corner of their dang classroom. I want to show you guys something else. Noon. Local time, noon. Last I checked, this post is still live. This is a screenshot the way I had it. The account's up there on your screen. The situation of our students. We are different from each other. You closed down yesterday. Well, we are making missiles in school. We foster elites.
So this post was geolocated to that same school. This post was up. You have an account here saying we are different from each other. You closed down yesterday while we are making missiles in school. Gee, I wonder, I'm sure, guys, it's looking really, really on point that this was just a school.
Now you can actually match that painting on that wall outside the building. But this is the crazy part. This was 2 hours later. This post is from 2 hours later. The goal of placing a school in Manab and the martyrdom of a large number of innocent Iranian students will break the necks of all those who paved the way for the attack on Iran from the treacherous fugitive celebrities to the dog like Pahlavi. It is assumed at that point that the attack had gone down. Understanding the history of that location is very important. I talked about it. I had posted about it before. This is that same overlay that they used to identify the building over in Manab.
There's a school.
The green line represents the IRGC compound. Okay? The green line represents the IRGC compound. The yellow dotted lines represent the roadways that are going through there. Now, like I said, apparently 2 years ago, they decided to turn this building into a school. They said they built walls in there to keep everybody out, and that's what they
Of all the places to build
have been able to geolocate a fence here, and that's the one that I noticed. So that's it. Now, here's the crazy part. You guys can see the tire tracks going right through the IRGC compound where there's supposed to be a wall.
Supposed to be walls,
and it's not there.
It's obvious.
Even if I was to go back to this initial video and blow this up on your screen and drag it back to the beginning and the very opening frame, you guys can see this right here. This is one of those very big, like, searchlights, you know, that you use to secure places, like a military base or a military installation.
The whole point, Daniel Becker, is this is not a school. Okay? This is not a school. This was being used as a future propaganda tactic to, again, blame America, blame the United States, and use it as propaganda because they all know killing kids, killing babies. There was literally posts of women making posts on X saying we make bombs here with paintings on the wall that match the same building that were still up. This is not just some school from what it seems like.
Right up over there on the perimeter. And from this direction, you would be looking north outside of the compound. You'd be looking north outside of the compound, right up over here. So even on the perimeter through the rubble of the school up over here, IRGC threw up a massive searchlight. And I would presume it's been there the entire time. Now, this is where it gets fun. You guys remember this video? And where it's coming in from?
Here's the video we showed you.
I sure do. Let's slow it down to 0.5. Now, for those of you that do not know, the Tomahawk land attack cruise missile has right around 1,000 pounds of explosives inside of it. That was not a 1,000-pound equivalent explosion. Not even remotely close. But told you guys it was going to get fun. So, Bellingcat conducted research on it. Bellingcat said that the video that you just watched was taken from across the street to the south of the compound, and I tend to concur. I don't think they lied about that. I don't think there's a dang thing wrong with saying that video was taken from the south. Not one tiny bit. That it was. They are correct. And as you look north, you would see the school, which is located right up over here in the top right corner of this image. We also know that all of these other buildings were center punched and leveled, but for some reason the school just had a little bit of a mishap. So, with that being said, looking at the video, I think most of us would concur. By the way, that was geolocated to this building right down here across the street.
There it is.
Several people have actually done this. Located right over here across the street, these green lines would indicate the direction that he was looking, which would mean the flight path of that particular munition would have been traveling east, northeast to southwest in this direction, going through the school, the direction of that red arrow. You guys see that, right? Well, here's the problem when we zoom out at a big picture, ladies and gentlemen.
I want you guys to look at this, okay? Remember I told you, remember when they said the Tomahawks were the very first munitions that were shot in the beginning of this conflict, okay? The Tomahawks. There was no air defenses down yet. The radar systems were still up in Iran. They were just priming and getting ready to level the first round of attacks against Iran. U.S. warships are down here on the bottom right. And when I'm saying here militarily, strategically, why would a U.S. warship launch a Tomahawk missile all the way across the country while they still had a lot of air defense systems up, and then the missile has to literally then hook into the school? Just asking questions, fam. This is what we do, right?
The U.S. warships are down here. This is Iran. This would be east, and it would have to not just do that, but it would also have to turn and start heading south in the opposite direction. It would have had to completely and totally button hook after flying over hundreds of miles of enemy terrain.
Right.
Risked getting shot down for absolutely no reason in order to make this happen.
Doesn't make any sense.
Their entire narrative, tactically makes literally zero freaking sense. Not one iota. The actual attack path that would be used for a Tomahawk, especially in this situation, would be over international water, where there's a very smaller chance of it being intercepted. Not to mention, this is one of the opening salvos, allegedly.
The opening salvos, okay? Like I said, they had not started to soften the enemy yet, okay? They had just started opening. So there was a very good chance that these missiles, these Tomahawks, were going to get intercepted and taken out. They were just starting. Doesn't make any sense. You guys starting to pick up on this?
This would be one of the opening salvos. Before we knocked out all of their freaking radar systems, before we knocked out all of their aerial defense assets and everything else. You mean to tell me our military planners decided it would be a good idea to launch a solo Tomahawk across enemy terrain when we had international waters to the other side? And they could have gotten within 50 miles, 50 freaking miles of the target before it had to cross into enemy terrain. 50 miles. Now, which one do you think the United States would have planned and used? Do you think we would have attacked it from the north by freaking northeast, traveling south by southwest? No. Absolutely not. Let's take it a step further. Let's go back to that video. Let's watch it again. Now, if we go back to the frames that show the munition inbound, this is where people are saying it's a Tomahawk because it does quasi resemble a Tomahawk.
Remember, guys, the media was like, it looks like, it's cylindrical. It's like a long tube, and it's got wings. Only Americans have missiles that look like that.
It's got a similar profile. It's got similar wings. Really crappy video. Really, really crappy video. But they're alleging that that is a Tomahawk. Well, we have an issue here. First issue comes with where the nose of the munition is, the tail of the munition, and the location of the wings. Location of the wings. On a Tomahawk, they sit center mass, about 50% of the way up the middle. On this one, they don't. On this one, they sit about 40% from the nose towards the tail, about 40% of the way back. I decided I couldn't measure it because I don't know the proper distances and angles, but I can get percentages. 40% back. Not 50. 40. That is a 10% difference from a Tomahawk. And it might look centered to you, but the problem is it's not. Next problem that we have with this particular munition, which I'm just going to use the one that got dropped to me because I think it's way better, is the angle of attack of the particular munition.
This to me, this is all.
Get this up here for you guys.
This convinced me right here.
That's not even, I'm not even looking at the right one. Let's look at the angle of attack of this particular munition because it's very important. A Tomahawk maxes out with all but one variant. So we've got a very high percentage here, but a Tomahawk maxes out at 70 degrees.
70 degrees.
The ground and the rooftops, and we level them off right here at the bottom, and we bring that line up here, and then throw another line on it, and then you lay an angle on it. You can see that this is well above 80-degree angle of attack.
Not a Tomahawk, guys.
80 degrees.
It's not a Tomahawk.
That is far further, steeper than what a Tomahawk can actually do. Or is designed to do. Now, do we have variants that can do that?
Facts.
Yes.
Oh, no.
But you got a 1 out of 5 shot on this one. So the percentage is with you on this. Now, for those that are saying it looks like a Tomahawk, and like I said, I brought up the KH-55. Iran's got a variant.
Look, guys, another cylindrical tube with wings on it. Only Americans have that.
Uh-oh,
form
retard
that
alert.
they have limited capacity to fire it from land, but they can fire it from land. But they have a limited capacity to fire it from land. The interesting thing about the KH-55 variant is it's got this little freaking turboprop looking deal here on the bottom of it.
Oh, look, all the other cylindrical tubes with wings on it from other countries.
That little guy hanging out in the back. Just look at where this arrow is pointing right here. It looks eerily similar and eerily close to where that position would be. Now, when we look at a Tomahawk, it does have tail fins. And so you could say it's possible that it's twisted and it's a tail fin. And that could account for some of the madness in which we see. But what it doesn't account for is, one, the accuracy problem, to where we have center mass hits on every single structure, multiple hits on this one taken out, and this one, for some reason, just decided to chunk off the corner of a building. That doesn't track. Then we bring in the fact that it used to be an IRGC compound. This little area used to be an IRGC compound. Now it no longer is, for some reason. And for some reason, the same exact day, before a strike, the situation of our students. We are different from each other. You closed down yesterday while we are making missiles in school. We foster elites.
They literally say it.
2 hours later, about 2 p.m. local time, the goal of placing a school in Manab and the martyrdom of a large number of innocent Iranian students will break the necks of all of those who paved the way for the attack on Iran, from the treacherous fugitive celebrities to the devil-like Pahlavi. So, IRGC compound, angle of attack, direction of attack, munition, attack angle, and They turned the dang thing into a place for martyrs.
Wow. It's the United States, guys.
I don't know how much more overwhelming evidence you need at this point to say, yes, not a snowball's chance in hell the United States did that. And if they did do that, I highly doubt they knew what was going on the ground there. Now, for those of you that would not put this past a regime that's openly killed 30,000 of their own and try to claim that it's not that big of a deal.
It never did. And
that, the United States, is absolutely evil. And maybe it was the evil Zionists, that ended up doing it. All right. Well, let's take a look at the other primary schools in Manab.
Let's check this out.
Let's take a look at where they are. We have one here. Can we zoom in on it? Does anybody see an IRGC compound?
Negative.
No, you do not. Let's go back out. You got another one up over here.
Another school.
Same. Do you see an IRGC compound?
Nope.
No, you do not. Hell, even when you go up to the frickin' Hafez the Prep Girls Saw Joseph Martyr Oscary, and you go and check out the Prep Girls School for a Martyr, you don't even see it. Nor at the one across the street. And none of these things are as compounded in as you see in that other location. They are not locked down and as secure as that one location. And then we have our location here, all the way down in the south. You guys see how we've got all of these other schools that are up in the north? So maybe they thought, okay, we can put a school in the south. For what? This little side of the village over here? Why wouldn't they put it in any other location? This right here is the compound. I hope you guys can see how freaking big that compound is in relation to everything else. It takes up almost freaking like a third of this urban area off to the side. If you were to take that compound and...
This was the only quote-unquote school that was hit by what our media is now saying, the United States military, which nobody knows that. This is why I'm saying, showing you guys this. All those other schools haven't been touched. This was the only one on a compound. Incredible. And this is the only school that's being weaponized by these communist Muslims and our communist media, and people are still defending it. And guys, I'm bringing this up because I'm hearing this, out of anything I've heard, people talk about this or people reading about, oh my God, did you hear? Trump killed a bunch of girls, blew up a school. Stating it as fact. Stating it as fact. That's the problem I have with all this. Could this have been Israel? Of course it could be. Could have been Israel. Nobody knows yet. But to come out and state as fact that this was America, fuck America, we always do this, Iraq, Afghanistan, blah, 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 blah. It's ridiculous. Level up the IQ a little bit. Let's look at what actually happened here. New York Times propaganda? Communist Muslim propaganda? Is that where people have gone to now? To what? To one-up Trump and the admin to make themselves feel a little bit better about their shitty lives? Oh, it's incredible.
Overlaid. It takes up almost a third. And they decided to turn a portion of the IRGC compound into the school. None of this open terrain, none of this area over here, none of it. God forbid they build a new one. Nope. IRGC compound. And what were they doing with it? Well, we heard it from their own words. They're making missiles. They've got an IRGC freaking martyr hanging up in their classroom, a whole memorial with a camo net.
Give me a break, man.
And for some reason, there's roads from the IRGC compound going straight into it, even though they claim that stuff's been closed off and shut down. This narrative is so out of control right now. It's insane. Again, a regime that's murdered over 30,000 of their people, confirmed over 30,000 through their own leaked intelligence, over 30,000 confirmed of their own people murdered in weeks. And yet the West can't seem to get it through their head that they would set this up in order to kill their own people. And for some reason, the media is too scared to point all of this crap out to you. They're too scared of being painted as if they're going to be like anti-Muslim or something for pointing out the obvious that just the freaking attack direction alone
makes no sense.
Just the attack direction alone.
Stupid.
Makes literally no sense. The actual attack would have came from a different direction. This is my other favorite part. You guys ready?
It's the last one, guys.
Let's take a look at who the New York Times used for
this is the
a source in their article.
This is the cherry on top, guys. And this is how you know when I come out and I plant my flag. Look who the source is that the New York Times used. And this is what I'm saying, guys. Got these biases, the Jews, whatever it is. Make sure you aren't pushing terrorist propaganda yourself onto our fellow Americans, because I mean, I don't know how you can't get much worse of a look than that. Don't be a propaganda machine for towel heads. You don't want to do it.
Remember how I told you we'd pull him up and we'd look at him? This guy right here, Mahdi Yous 313, MAHDI_YOUS 313 over on X, in case you want to look it up. This guy was one of their sources for one of the videos on the ground. We demand that Kuwait hand over this humiliated American Zionist pilot to Iran and demonstrate its goodwill.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
His freaking name's tagged at the bottom of the dang video.
This is who they use as
his entire page is filled with crap like this. Literally, his entire page is filled with stuff like this.
That's their source.
I think I put a second one in there as well. Yep. Renewing the covenant with the commander of Hearts, Brigadier General Musavi, commander of the aerospace force of the Guardians of the Islamic Revolution, this morning, Thursday, by being present near the sacred resting place of martyr Lieutenant General Haj Qusam Soleimani. He's got multiple posts praising Soleimani.
The New York Times source has multiple posts praising Soleimani. You know, the guy that Trump pink misted in his first administration. The same ship that was named after that general that Trump sunk last week. The reporter, the New York Times used as one of their main sources for this garbage, loved themselves this regime. Let that sink in.
It used to run the IRGC that killed, hundreds, if not thousands of U.S. troops in the Middle East, definitely wounded thousands. That guy. Praising him.
Calling American pilot a Zionist. Let's just throw more word magic and buzzwords into it. Let's really rile up the masses with the emotional outrage of nonsense.
Source, New York Times.
That's him.
This is my other favorite. I can't even remember the name of this news agency, but it came from their, their Telegram handle. That's right. Now I remember. The Mizzen News Agency. Mizzen News Agency. 100,000 subscribers over on Telegram. The Mizzen News Agency, ladies and gentlemen, is operated by Iran's judiciary. The regime. The Iranian regime. So the two video sources that they ended up using for this entire thing weren't random independent people. They're hardline extremist freaking regime supporting nut jobs.
So I know that was a long video, guys, but I really wanted to nail that home for you because out of anything that you're probably going to hear, and I said this yesterday, I haven't really heard from, normies out there freaking out reading about this conflict. But when I'm out and about and hearing about the school, the girls, the children, people blowing up, I want you guys to be armed. And again, people say, well, why does this matter? It doesn't matter. It's politics or whatever the excuse is. I'd rather you guys be armed with the knowledge and have some background to what's actually going on, not New York Times, not from the fluffer, not from Alex Jones, not from Candace Owens, David Smith, the circle jerk. Because when you just look at it a little bit more deeper and you find out what's really behind the curtain, it's really not that hard to figure out and find. And fam, I just happened to come across that video today. I had never heard this guy before. And again, when people interject Israel or some bullshit into it, guys, just turn it off. Just turn those people off. They're complete waste of time at this point. And because when facts are presented and they're shown and sauced out, I mean, what's your argument against it? What's your argument against it? You're going to say all that stuff that was just shown isn't true? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to show yourself into some false reality? You're no different than the left. You're no different than the left. And I see it so much happening on the right. It's disgusting. And we will call it out on this show every single day. If it was Israel, we can say fuck Israel. That's terrible. No one would be surprised. You're not going to see pushback from me on that. That's for damn sure. Whoever it was. Again, this ends up finding out it's the United States was different. If it was a different munition, they won't own up to it. It sucks. We don't want that to happen. We don't want a repeat of the past. It will say it sucks. That's terrible. And what else can we do about it? What I don't like is the weaponization against Trump and this administration and our people, our citizens, again, just parroting bullshit from a psychopath journalist that loves themselves the Ayatollah and Soleimani. Fucking terrorist. Think about that. And if this comes up in any of your guys' conversations, just understand, like, you do understand the New York Times reporter, the video and the photos came from a terrorist-loving journalist? Excuse me. And see what they say. They'll probably deny it. They'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter. That's fine. At least you guys are armed with the knowledge of understanding what's actually going on here. Do I think it was America? I don't think so, because it doesn't make sense. They bombed all those other buildings perfectly, but they just so happened to hit the corner of the one building. I guess it's possible, right? It's possible. Again, nobody knows for sure. But what I'm seeing are people coming out as fact that this is what happened. You can't. What are you doing? You're completely ignorant and you're showing just how stupid and how fucking retarded you are, and how you have zero effort into your work, zero effort into your content, or you are being a shill, a knowingly being a shill to plant black pills and plant seeds to undermine, again, our country. Doing this shit online, you are part of the PSYOP weaponizing content against our own citizens. And how do you sleep at night? Knowing you're part of that. It's evil. No matter how you cut it, guys, it's evil. And that's why this is important. We need to move everyone over to Pilled, guys. We went over a little bit. We need to move everyone over to Pilled off of YouTube, Rumble, X, all you guys over there to Pilled.net right now. We have we have still a bunch of portions of the show, guys. I really wanted to get into that. And we're going to have a lot of memes, guys, a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff. And it's going to be awesome. So, guys, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're almost at 26,000 gold pills already. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll see you over on Pilled.net. Goodbye, my friends.